Hey everybody, this is Grace. Sorry it's all bumpy on this road all of a sudden. But in this video I'm going to talk about infantilization, when you're treated as though you're a child, and so you're an adult and you're treated by another adult as though you were a child. And in the past, somebody to be infantilized, I think more focus was on that a parent treated their child that was a minor. They treated that child at a younger stage in life than it was. Like a 14-year-old, they treated as though they were 7. And yeah, but anyway, like I said, this is about an adult. This is about adults. When adults are treated that way, I've done videos on this before. It's a variety of them, and it can happen in many ways. It can be your boss. You work at a place and the boss treats you like, he's a bad father and treating you like you're his child, and especially when they start saying things like, we're a family here. And that's often, when I've seen that in my life, and I can't say this is 100% across the board, it's not, but what I've seen is when they start talking about it's a family, and you're not family, but they say that we're all family here. Yeah, they're trying to, my experience is that they're trying to set up where they're the parents and these are the children, and yeah, that's not a good thing. Now I know that some people would feel, oh, so great that they have a family. At work it's family, and that really makes them feel real closer, but no. Like I say, my experience is they're trying to set it up to where they can treat people like they think a child should be treated. The way they think. I'm not saying that's what all parents think. And it's usually a bad parent kind of situation. They're bad parents. And domineering, and, no room for growth. No room, no ability, no way can you say, I don't appreciate this, or this is not good, or we shouldn't do it this way. No way you can offer suggestions because it's their way or the highway kind of thing. It could be in that way. It could be in a marriage, a relationship where one of them thinks that they're the boss. Okay, in a way it's like that, the boss, but really the parent, and they might keep information from you, information you need, but they feel like, well, you don't need to, worry your little head over that, and because they feel like they're the one who makes all the decisions. And they might actually do that, make all the decisions and keep you from making any, and say they're going to take care of all of it. There's that. But it can be in many ways. Okay. And one of them can also be what you see on TV. I think many people can understand this. Like if you watch, whatever you watch, say on one channel, that's what they want you to see on that one channel. We all know this, that's what their whole field to their channel can be, this really good side or this really bad part of the world, or whatever. We know this, and it can be like on cable, it can be on TV, cable, whatever. It's got a should I say theme to it? The whole channel, could be, and that could also include news channels, and say any of those that keep you from understanding or knowing anything outside of it. Okay, they cherry pick, I think is the term, what they want you to see, and not what everything that you want to see. They might edit something so that you only see what they want to see, and that to me is infantilization. And I've also seen it in places, in people, they think that they should chastise you as though you're their child. Okay, just chastise. Like even if you made a mistake. I was just in a restaurant and I got up and I had my purse on my shoulder, and I think it fell off that shoulder, and it bumped a glass of water, and it went all over the floor with ice. And I told the woman as I checked out, she heard it, she was standing right there, but I heard her make a noise, a sound like, and then whenever I came out, she wouldn't look up, and I said, oh, I picked up the ice, and kind of swatted. I didn't have any paper towels. There were none on the table. I didn't like the restaurant as it was. Yeah, maybe something else would have been better. But anyway, she just kind of, she goes, it's okay, like this. And no, that's not okay. And I do feel like things like that when, when I told her that I dropped just her attitude. And that can be when somebody's treating you as somebody, for some, it's treating you though as you're a child, that you're beneath them, that you're younger than them, you're younger, or that you're inferior to them. I include that too. Because that whole thing that they're over, some of it, not all of it, but some of it is about them feeling they're superior. And some people have that feeling that anybody who's superior to somebody is simply older than them. 1 minute, one minute they're somehow superior. Said, this is not 100% across the board, and it's not in all of them. But the people who are like that, yeah. When they treat people like children. I have been on jobs where that kind of thing is, like, one person will feel like, or they might be in a position of a higher position, say management. They're in management, and they take on this parental attitude. Bad one, bad parent, but they take it on, and it's their, it's my staff. My staff. They're like a possession, like my children, but there's my staff. Yeah, I don't like that whole attitude. And then they become a bad parent to people there. Plus, sometimes they will, they want people to talk about their personal lives. I've seen this, and yeah. And then this kind of person will try to act as though they can tell the other people how they should live their lives, how they do it right. They speak to them from a voice of authority that they're not a voice of authority on. That happens too much. And in the whole process, they're treating them as children. Like they need to guide them, to tell them how to do things. I've done videos on this in the past. This what they do. They're taking somebody under their wing, and that person didn't ask it, and that person doesn't need it. No matter what, it's not your job to, I'm not talking about management, but people who do this, to think that way. Even management, they're going to take somebody under their wing. If the person is skilled already, has the skills, the requirements, the whatever, meets those, and you don't treat them like a child that just walked off, just born. No. So, but this kind they will treat them like children, and I'm not in a good way. Say this, some people, sure, they need help. They might ask for help, or if somebody's doing something that's going to endanger themselves and or others, these kinds of things. Yeah, some people need to be told, okay, but they don't need to be treated like a child, and that does not help people to grow. To me, when they are already an adult and they're being treated as a child, that's just abuse to me, and infantilization, like I said. And some people these days would say that the type of person who does that is just narcissistic or a narcissist. I don't diagnose anybody, but the behaviors, yeah, some could consider it that way, that they feel superior. They believe they know things, like things they should be given credit for knowing when they really don't know. They've just made it up in their mind. Oh, do I know that type? The type I know actually is more like I've said in so many videos, they have this blend, is what I see. They have behaviors mainly coming from like those symptoms of or criteria people meet to be considered narcissistic, have a narcissistic personality disorder, and those from histrionic personality disorder. What I see in people, and I'm not diagnosing, is a blend of these kinds of behaviors and traits and characteristics and so forth. And they're not all the same. They're not all the same anyway. Their behaviors are different, but Usually the histrionic thing stands out, and I've said in the past that is pun intended now. Because they want to stand out. The ones that I've known, oh yeah, they have to stand out. But overall, they do this, like, you say you were just barely younger, maybe a year, say 2 years younger than one of your, siblings, and that sibling, when you're an adult, okay, say 40s, 50s, more than that, you're not a young adult, you're an older adult, and they treat you like, oh, here's my kid sister, or here's my kid brother, like they treat you like a kid. Okay, they still treat you in that way that they treated you when you were kids growing up and going to school. Which still, or a parent that treats you that way. A friend, somebody who you were friends with, or maybe a bully you grew up with and you run across from time to time. And they still treat you like at that age. They don't seem to realize, or don't care to realize, that you are now an adult. And you are not wanting to be treated like a kid, whatever. Kid, brother, sister, friend, whatever. So, or just their kid. Not really the friend part, but you get what I'm saying. They don't care. They do not care. I see it as their way of still trying to feel superior, to make themselves superior by stepping on other people. And I've seen that it's very common, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But if you've had experience and you feel like sharing it, leave a comment below. And if you want to see more videos on this channel, click on the rectangles that pop up, or subscribe to the channel, the little circle icon. I think I might have it for more than one channel. I'm not sure. But just check them out. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.